Aunt B.
And I'm Tony B.
And we are
The Group Chat Live. Hey, y'all. We back.
We are.
Yes, we
And
are.
make some noise.
Woo!
I'm not gonna.
So, do y'all know why we making noise, though? Can y'all tell the audience why we're making noise? Why do we have these
It's our
balloons?
birthday. It's our birthday.
I was
Turn me
gonna
up.
do
It's
a
our
little
birthday.
twerk,
Turn me
but
up. It's our birthday.
I don't want to bump the mic or nothing, so I'm not.
It's our birthday,
Baby,
y'all.
I can't even twerk in these pants. They so goddamn tight.
No, it's our birthday, y'all.
It
Stay
is
happy
our
birthday.
podiversary, our 6th podiversary at that.
6 years?
6
6 years in the
years.
game. 6 years being y'all favorite podcast.
Yes, and it's like we've came a long way.
We really have.
We've
6
came a
years, and
long
we was
way.
real friends before and still real friends now. So I love it.
And now we're business owners. Like we're
Yeah.
more like into we're into our business though. We branding, like we into our
If you
business.
remember us in our original state and in our original group, and
In
then
the
who
living
we are
room?
now, because our first episode was in the living room on a little mic.
On a little mic.
The mic was this little, y'all, and it was on the floor. We had some other group members at the time, and we were doing the show, and you could hear wine glasses clicking in the back,
terrible.
and it was on Anchor.
It
And
was.
it sounded terrible.
It was
And
terrible.
then we decided, let's record another terrible audio episode. And we recorded that episode, and having
Like
our
one of them
friends seen it. Like
the USB mics you plug into the
and we got it off of
computer.
Amazon. The mic off of Amazon. And
Whose idea
shout out
was it to do that? Like to even start it?
me and Jennifer was going to Ocean Ave, and we would go to Ocean Ave, and we was in there talking. And that's why y'all be talking about people being in the after hours. We got started in the after hours, and we were in there talking, and our homeboys was talking about how funny we were in the shit we wasn't scared to talk about. So we came back to the group, and we was like, y'all, come to Ocean with us. Like, come on. Everybody meet us or whatever. Happens to be the individual we see in Ocean since Jenny a dick pic, and it goes into our group chat. Who did that?
Give him a nickname.
Who did that?
I don't remember that part.
Yeah,
I don't
they
remember
sent a dick pic and I put it in the group chat.
Yeah.
And
Who's
they
the
wanted
person,
to
though?
rate it.
We don't even need to talk about that person, because that person.
She don't even remember.
I
Yes,
don't
you
remember. I just
do.
remember that it
Yes,
was
you do,
one of our
Mr.
former-
Big. Key Sweat. We should call him
Wow.
Key Sweat, because that
How
man
many
ain't
dick
never
pics
gave
do
up
you
trying to.
get that you forgot, bitch?
Girl.
So that's how the
Girl.
podcast got started, because Jennifer was telling us about the dick pics, and then we
I
started
put
talking
it in
about
the
how
group
weird.
chat.
Yeah, we
I
was
put
like,
it-
that's-
yeah.
I do remember that.
We
day.
started
That was
talking
hard.
about it. So when we originally got on the podcast, it was literally just to talk about our group chat, and it went from that. We had some live ass homeboys that had a comedy show, and we started doing street interviews. And the street
That
interviews
was
gave us an audience.
It did.
When
That was
Brittany
a-
took us to LA for her birthday, and it turned us up we turned up after LA. After we left Vegas and had our hangover experience, we've been full throttle for
Not a
6
hangover
years.
I go back and look at those street interviews. They're so gross. It was just like,
Yeah, we was so untamed with that iPhone with no memory, no mic, no lights,
oh, we had a ring light. We was setting up in
running the
front room.
streets rampant. From Thursday to Monday, we were in the streets
It was
pubbing.
so gross.
But I never knew how much it took to be this transparent, this vulnerable,
Agree.
risk so much time, risk our jobs, livelihood,
doing that one.
how our families think, having to go home and you the topic of the kitchen table. Oh, I see your show, this is what you said. Or, the people that we would meet, the artists, the DJs, the clubs, the promoters, the other podcasters that we would meet to get us right here. And from there, we took off, and we had one Cinco de Mayo, and everything transpired from there, and that's how we was made.
A lot of it happened. Something spawned during COVID as well. Because I remember us doing
Get
that?
ready. Yeah. What was that challenge that
Don't
we
rush.
all...
No, don't rush.
Oh,
challenge.
yeah. Stupid.
And when I think about that time, none of those podcasts are still around.
No, they not. And we
None of
still
them.
here, kids.
And we're still here.
Yeah.
We're the audience. Shout out to
We're
y'all.
dedicated.
Yeah, we are.
It's the
We have a
consistency.
dream, and we want to see it realized.
And we used to record in Brittany's living room
We did.
to see
And
us.
yours.
And
Oh, yeah,
yours.
man. And to see we in our first ever YouTube episode, Cause shout out to that damn Muncie. He gave us our first red carpet interview, and that took up the streams on our page. But our very first YouTube,
Our first movie. That was our first movie.
Jeff Shelley.
Yeah,
we was
our
in the Jeff
first
Shelley movie, Trouble in the Joneses. And then y'all remember our very first live show that we recorded in Ocean Ave
with
with
the
Quiet
bottles,
Money.
and they broke my mic, and I was so upset.
Mama, pay her for the mics.
Where is he now?
We just seen him.
We
was at the after hours.
But
But
we was at the after
Mama
hours.
pay Brittany for that mic. But shout out to Quiet Money. We love y'all just like y'all love us. And we had this show, and it was the most chaotic. It wasn't chaotic. It was late. We were an hour late because they didn't show up for an hour because we had partied the night before. Brittany decorated with her balloons. Who would have thought your balloon business would go that far?
No.
Okay.
I had been doing balloons.
You had
before.
been doing
That was
balloons.
Trash. What was I?
What was we talking about on that show?
Wait,
Remember our first one? Remember the first one in
you
Ocean?
talking about
No, we sat down when we did the Drink Champs episode, and we had the hookah. That was our first YouTube
we was
episode.
talking about that rap career like we do with all the other rappers, girl. Just trying to get out lit.
we didn't get into their in-depth lives like we do now.
Because we didn't know how to interview that. Yet. We just knew how to do street interviews, and that was our first YouTube episode, and it's still doing numbers now. People still go back and watch that episode now.
They do. I think that I really appreciated when we found that space that was off of 610 and Crestline.
Oh, Media Block.
Media Block. And we were bringing in guests that were unusual. Do you remember when we had that woman who was like was OnlyFans even out then?
No, it wasn't out. It was a cam. Yeah, it was a cam. No, that was us three.
No, it was 5 of us when that.
No,
that's when the other girl came out. That was when the white girl came out. It was 5.
Yeah, the white girl. It was
Sorry. Okay, we didn't mean to say it like that, so we want to take it back so y'all don't cancel.
But she was black though, Tony.
She was dating a black man.
I thought she was black.
No,
she was wearing them colorful wigs.
Yeah,
she was white.
She was a strange one, but I loved her. She was the
first person we had on to talk about OnlyFans.
I don't think OnlyFans was a thing.
She was. Her and her nigga was doing the stuff. She was with a black dude, remember? Yeah. That's what she talked about on the show. But that was when we was that.
But I remember having like the massagist on there that we both know.
We was in the group together. We was all
not a 3? Oh, well. Yeah, those were some very.
Yeah, our first show was the city.
Yeah, the city.
What you say?
Our first show.
Oh, you're right.
Was
and we're still kind of friends with them today, kind of.
Yeah, that's my cousin. So shout out to y'all, Rudy. Hi.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Yeah. Y'all been with us through relationships. How many relationships have me and Jennifer been in on this show? Come on,
nigga, I haven't been in none.
How many hoes you had?
That's different. You said that's different.
That don't count.
That not right.
Y'all didn't see us get our heart broke. We in love. We didn't found grief. Yeah. Y'all been with us while we didn't grieve. We did suffer some major losses.
Well, what is one of y'all's favorite guests? When you think back on it, like what stood out to you? And I guess we're going from just when we were the group chat live.
Yes, of course.
So
what is before?
That is true. That is true.
My favorite guest.
I don't have nothing to say. I'm walking in the light of the Lord.
What's your favorite?
My favorite guest.
We didn't have some good people on the show.
Yeah, but I think I'm gonna go with. First of all, it's the topic, so don't. Y'all making a face, but when I say the name, y'all gonna really make a face because y'all gonna be really surprised. Fast Money.
Oh, we had a good ass topic.
That
nigga ran it. That was a true episode of Niggas Like the Yap, just like
that was a learning episode as well about editing and you say what you say. Ain't no going back. Stand on your word. Ain't no going back. But yeah, that episode was funny.
Shout out to Jennifer for having paperwork. That's when we realized it was important to have paperwork. No shade, no see. That's why I nigga fuck with you a long way. But we realized that's when we really realized like this is our show. We got
because we thought Brittany nigga was gonna try to kill her.
Who? Yeah, by dick.
Yeah. That whole episode that we were talking about strangling people.
Oh yeah. And it just kind of... Never mind. Yeah.
Oh, so fast.
Anyway, Tony, what's your favorite guest? When you think back on it.
You know what? Go back and watch, because we done had Dot on the show like 3 times. Mm-hmm. Y'all watch the first time.
More than that.
I know, right?
Watch the first time he been on to now. If y'all ever want to see growth, because we all started in the game together. He started rapping around the same time we started.
Sure did.
Started doing our shows, and we kind of came up in the industry. That's true artist development. That's why I love to see them episodes, because to see where we all were in that beginning part, and then to see us now, that was when Cannabis Pierre. I loved him on the show. He was so, but y'all, my ultimate favorite was Jack.
I know. I was gonna say Jack too.
I have never seen
Jack too.
You didn't know Jack. You know
he real quiet. You gotta know him. You gotta know him.
But Jack got on the show and gave a real interview. Like that was so fun. Jack interview was good because he really talked back to us. He knew how to carry that conversation. They all did, but Jack gave such a professional interview. So I think
Jack did it. I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah.
Who was it?
Mine was, I like when we inject feminine energy into the show. And unfortunately, this episode was a lost episode.
Oh, yes.
Y'all, if y'all would have ever heard that.
I loved having, I know they're Oksana. What is the name?
Tierra. Easy on Me Pod.
Easy on Me Pod.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved having them on the show. It was so funny.
They were the best. If we're going to sit back down this season with anybody else, we have to sit down with them. And I hate that their producer messed their show up for us and did not have it for us to see. Because if y'all would have seen that episode,
I'm going to have to see if we can find the audio for it.
He couldn't get it, remember?
Yeah.
He didn't give us no audio or nothing.
Or no, just those.
And we went through a season of trash producers.
Yes, we
did. That was definitely that was my question. My first question I was gonna ask was what is a lesson we've learned in podcasting in the last 6 years?
That niggas think pussy equal payment.
What?
Yeah, like they don't mean a lot of men until you show them your
taught you
doing business, because I do the business. I'm the one in the group. Everybody have a role in group chat. Everybody has a role, an aesthetic that they play. I do business on the side. I'm the one who talks to the DJs, the producers, the artists, the managers. That's who y'all talking to when y'all hearing the DM. Now, they're in there looking probably at the story, at the pictures, but I'm the one who handle the business. And until a lot of men, especially in the industry we're in, especially with the artists, until they see how serious we are about our business, it's always something sexual or tangible. Now, we have a lot of men that come to us and don't be on that. But your premise the whole time we do business has to stay professional. And I've learned how to stand on business, not in a cocky way, not in a rude way, but in a way that somebody knows how to approach us all as individuals. So the biggest thing is learning that there are a lot of niggas that really think pussy equal payment. And I just didn't think that in the industry. I've also learned that the more we stand on business, the more professional we start the conversation out, we get the result. Like at first, we was really on the club scene. They did help us get to where we were. But once people got in the studio with us and seeing how professional we were and seeing our work and our dedication, that changes the whole scope of how people view us, view our show, and view us as business owners. So that was my biggest thing. How you present yourself is literally how people are going to address you.
That's true. Jennifer, what about you?
Mine was quality is everything.
Ooh. Explain, girl. Expound.
Like we say, if y'all go all the way back to now, like even just like the camera quality, the mic quality, just us coming and being presentable. Like I was looking back at some of I'm like, yep, that's what we wore.
Yeah, I was doing that too. I was like, what is happening?
Yeah, that's
but
what
a lot of that we weren't doing like video stuff. Are you going back?
Yeah, I'm looking at the video.
Yeah,
I'm looking at the videos.
But we hadn't made our style yet.
You're right. We hadn't found our we found our lane basically later on. But then we were doing a lot of sporadic stuff and we were wearing what we were wearing. Like that was what we was wearing. So I feel like that made a big difference. Like that made a big difference. Quality and producing. We didn't know nothing about none of that. We had to find out all of that on our own.
Learn it on our own.
Yep, on our own, producing and everything.
I think that the thing that I've learned the most is to be knowledgeable in everything you do if you're going to pursue something.
Yeah.
So whether that's like watching YouTube tutorials, because we've watched so many YouTube tutorials on so many topics. I know that when I was doing the engineering, I used to have to like literally watch them over and over. I have them bookmarked, saved on my computer because I would forget some of the stuff. But like the amount of things that you need to know yourself in order to be successful is vast. So I didn't know that it would take that much time. You think that you just don't get on the mic and talk, and a lot of that is what it is. But however, there's so much groundwork that actually goes into a podcast, even a financial commitment.
Yeah,
because like. You don't think about that at first, like paying for studio time,
budgeting.
Yeah. If you are doing it at your home, like financing your equipment, because there are times when streaming platforms that are taken out monthly. So there are a lot of like hidden costs that
you don't think of, you don't consider.
So if you're gonna pursue like podcasting and stuff, just be prepared to, especially in the beginning, be investing your own money. But that's with any business.
And investing in yourself. I want y'all to, number one thing, I want y'all to always take away, and y'all probably ain't heard us say this in a long time, but ain't no free promo. We don't get on nobody's camera, and we not on our mic for nothing for free. And I know they might sound like, oh, they think too big of themselves.
No,
however big you think of your brand, your business, that's however big people gonna think of you. We stand on everything we do. If it don't align with us, we don't mess with it no more. We have been in a very controversial situation when it has came to podcasts, and watch how people will take that and try to monetize or even make your character look the same kind of way or be clickbait. And we've learned how to navigate it. And if nothing else, don't ever let nobody take what started y'all and what made y'all in the essence of y'all and turn it into something that can't be payable. People don't want to pay it, don't want to see it because that's what they think you are. And if it ain't really what's in your heart, like Brittany's saying, you can't dedicate to sitting. We just literally had to learn how to do Patreon for the show. And for
we literally had to learn how to do a bank account.
We watched the podcast. No, we watched the YouTube.
Still trying to figure that out.
Watched it again, took notes, and watched it. We have literal meetings about that because we do work to get to where we want to because we know what we want to do. So that was the biggest. It ain't no free promo. Ain't nothing we do for free. She got makeup, hair, clothes, outfits. I gotta come outside. She got a baby. Brittany got a job. It's so many elements to it.
She got a baby. Brittany got a job.
But it's so many elements to when we get off the mic, what we have to do. So learning that we have a value in our brand and not letting people use our brand to their advantage and we get nothing out of it. That was my biggest lesson the last 2 years. Being that, learning that we have a value.
I also want to say this, and this doesn't just apply to podcasting per se. This is business in general. Like, who you go into business with and do business with is very, very important. Because
work ethic.
Work ethic. There have been times when we have to remove the element of our friendship
that's
from. Like, so if you are going into business with friends, just know that sometimes the friendships don't make it at all, because when you start working with someone, you see a different side of them that you don't necessarily see when you are a friend with them. So who you decide to go into business with is really, really important, and also to remove personal feelings from business things. Like, don't take. It's kind of hard to not blur the lines sometimes when you are so close.
That's true.
You get what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. It's kind of hard to not blur the lines sometimes, but sometimes you just got to remove your personal feelings and
find
understand
that
this
you're
is
on
just
the
a
line
business.
with your friends.
On the line what?
We don't align.
Okay.
We literally... it really shows, not even with friends, with people in your life. You don't align with any ships. You just don't align because this open your eyes to a broader I don't want to say this just open your eyes, but shit, we
I think-
up late at night. When we first started, we was on the pavement Thursday to Monday. We would get off of our jobs, be outside, networking and meeting, and you had to see who was dedicated and who wasn't. And it don't take nothing away. I wish all of our former members much success on whatever they doing. I hope God bless them, whatever their hearts desire, because everybody is entitled to some type of grace.
Also,
But you able to see who at the table eating.
Also, I don't know. Maybe it kind of happened for Tony because me and Jennifer haven't been in a relationship. But podcasting in your relationship can sometimes be a strain.
That have
because I've had several men that I've dated that were like, I don't like you doing the show.
Oh yeah.
I don't like you doing it.
That's
why
why
are
we
you
took
talking
a pause
about
in the pandemic? Yeah, my nigga
why are you talking about that? Like, if we are together, then you can't do the show no more.
Oh yeah.
I've had someone tell me that. So like, I don't know if that happens for all podcasts, and I'm not sure if it's the guests that we have or the topics that we discuss as to why someone will feel threatened by that. But I'm not gonna discuss any of my niggas' personal business on here. But sometimes podcasting can have like
it's where we come to vent as well. I mean, it's
has it played a part in your situations at all?
No.
Nobody made a comment about it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Really?
No. I mean, the only thing niggas about make a comment with is about the OnlyFans, but besides that, they like the show. Like,
I guess they already know who Jennifer
I have
is.
had shout out to Railroad. He loved it. Support him. I hope you on the train right now, boo, doing your biggest one. Hard are you forever, but my relationship I was in when we kind of started, it was a no-go. So yeah, and I've watched how men it can show you how jealous a man is of a woman with success. That's what I'm always say. Now that I done been with a man now that don't care, and then a man who I was talking to who don't, that's a jealous man who didn't like you. So we have had to decide, make life decisions on
I know that
stay or go.
Men feel like, well, Knight in Shining Armor did say this, it's always 3 sides of the story. You get on there and you tell your side of the story. Nobody gets to hear my side of the story. And I'm like, well, it's my show, so
What's your perspective?
Yeah, that's my perspective. So of course I'm gonna tell my side of the story, and that's what they're gonna get. So, but I mean, it's understandable.
That's what I like about the show. That's what I love about podcasting. Like you just said, it's my show. I can come vent. Like sometimes you just want to come sit and talk to your homegirl and hear another perspective. She might be just as delusional as you are.
Yeah, but you also need
you'll be needing to hear that other voice to say, you know what? I just want to come vent to my friend and tell my friend and talk like our episode we had about grief. And dealing with grief and getting to hear y'all. Because I know for me, I was in my grief and I was like, I'm so ashamed of being sad about this. And I don't want to tell my friends, but then to hear y'all like, okay, I'm sad too. It made me more comfortable in my grief because it made me feel seen. So having them talks with you and then other people chiming in and saying, man, I felt just like that. That's one of my favorite things about being able to do the podcast.
I also think it's important to be mindful of what information you share, because I've gotten phone calls about, why you talking about that on there about me?
Oh, I don't really care.
I had that.
It's my show.
Whooping these
I'm back to Jennifer. It's my show and my experience.
Yes. Also,
you start whooping
I want to know.
Well, no, we don't condone domestic violence.
Run through that nigga house.
No, we don't condone aggravated assault.
Run through that nigga house.
We do not condone criminal destruction of property.
I love your vocabulary.
We
your
do
vocabulary
not
is so sexy.
condone.
I'm running through that nigga house like a Tomb Raider.
We do not condone.
You haven't sung. You gonna sing for us at the end of the episode? I'm
gonna bust a freestyle at the end of the episode.
I got you. Okay. Oh yeah. What's one of y'all favorite things we've done as a podcast?
I ain't gonna lie. Y'all hate it, but that Red Line show, I loved it.
You know what?
I loved everything about that red light show. I'm like, it's a whole bunch of niggas around. Like, we getting everybody's opinion. Like, it was everything.
Not her being excited there are a whole bunch of niggas around. There are a whole bunch of niggas around.
A whole bunch of niggas
Oh, my God.
They get everybody.
But it's a whole bunch of niggas around. Shout out to the old school Southside Red Line. That was one of our top episodes.
It was.
Another one that we had. What's your favorite episode we done had?
Let's see. I think the grief one was good because it got to for our audience to see us talk about something other than relationships and niggas. Like, we was talking about real life shit that everybody can relate to, that everybody will go through. So I like those episodes, the ones that we are talking about topics that, you know,
even the aftermath was good too.
The aftermath,
because we like us coming from out that grief state. Like, we're talking about how we were coming out of. We did talk about grief, really. I mean, we in depth. Tears. It was in depth, but that aftermath, that breathe again moment. Even though we took like a short.
We took a little break. We didn't take a break after that.
Yeah, because it was tough. Like,
it was a hard episode to film and talk about. Y'all, fun fact, behind the scenes, the way we come up with the topics, Jennifer keep a list in her cell phone. And when funny shit happen, she goes into the list and say, "Oh, y'all, this could be a topic on the episode."
She does do that.
So we live our life in a constant. This is going to be a topic on the episode. And so when it's time for us to pick an episode, if we don't have a guest, then Jeannie come through.
But also, y'all have no idea how many people listen to our show and come up to me and be like, y'all should talk about this.
Yeah.
Or I want y'all to talk about this. Or can you bring this to the girls and see what they say about this? Yeah. And I be like, okay, you know, I'll see what they want, if they want to talk about that. But
that bring me to this. What y'all be want to come on the show and talk about? Every time y'all see us, oh, man, y'all need to let us come on the show and talk. What y'all
I literally, this dude I haven't talked to in years. I could say maybe 2 years. Text me. I said say his name because I don't know about no. But TJ.
Oh.
Yeah, he just hit me up randomly. And I was.
And what he say? He want to be on the podcast?
Yes, he wants a whole paragraph about. No, not that TJ.
No, not that one. It was the one from college.
College, yeah. So he hit me up and was like, he wants to be on the show and he wants to talk about. He's a person that has a OnlyFans, basically the male version OnlyFans,
but did he get into an accident?
Yeah, he did.
Is he paralyzed or not?
No, he's not paralyzed.
Oh,
but,
okay.
Oh wow. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but like that just is one random. Of my favorite thing. We could be in the middle of the club. In the club, they throwing ass. I'm smoking a hookah. Hey, group chat, cause y'all we don't got
no names.
We don't got no names. I think we just shout around this hoe. We don't got no names. And the first thing I was like, man, y'all need to let us on y'all show, man. I need to sit down and talk to y'all on the mic. Love that for you. Tell me in the comments what y'all want to talk about.
Really?
Let's talk about it. Tell us
what do you want to talk about?
Why y'all want to? Because y'all like to yap.
I wonder why the girls don't come up and be like, girl, let me come on your show, la 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 la. Why is it always the niggas?
Because y'all want to yap. Niggas yap. That's one thing I've learned from the podcast. Niggas love to yap, and I love that for y'all.
We're not going to say yap. We're going to put something more pretty on top of it. They do
like to yap. Tell us their business.
That's not yapping. That's coming on
ladies,
here.
Like you are welcome to come, and we invite you to come.
We want y'all
okay? Because we want more feminine energy on the show to get a well-rounded perspective of like topics and stuff like that. So yes, girls, don't be afraid to approach.
But my favorite thing was seeing Jeannie come out of her shell and become like more boisterous. Seeing Brittany like take like this season, she taking the lead and being like the lead in the show, and then getting to see me kind of like move back from the business. So I think that's been like one.
Oh yeah, baby, letting go was not your.
Yeah, I'm still working on it, y'all. The Lord is on my side.
And you're doing such a good job.
Look,
y'all missed it before because the set wasn't our producer today is Corey. I know he from Dallas too, y'all. He from Duckville. So when I said Corey, he ain't had no problem because he knew I had that Dallas, them R's be working our asses. The set went all like good.
I just had a conversation about that with KP.
Corey. Oh, because he didn't know I was from Dallas.
Didn't know. And I was like, can you not tell? I was like, when I first met her, when we was going to the Texas Fair, she kept calling it the fair. And I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. We're going to the fair. You know what? Shout out to every one of y'all that listen to this show and understand I'm from Dallas and still understand me, because I can't
But your accent has gotten a lot better.
Yeah, because I'm very more conscious of it.
Good job.
But, damn, bitch, I didn't lost track. Y'all kids don't smoke weed.
I have one before, time is winding down. So before we go, I have one. If we could go back and change anything, what would you change?
No shade, no tea, no drama, no miss, because I see it with the Most High. But if we would have started from the beginning with just 3 of us, so we wouldn't have that hanging over our head. So that wouldn't be a running joke. As much as we kiki with y'all, that it's not as funny as it seems. It's hard to deal with. It's embarrassing. And it's something that I hate, that hangover. So I wish we would have just started as 3 so that wouldn't be attached to our history and our legacy of what we have. Because we are so much more than that. That situation was just out of our control, out of our hand, and life just really go on. But the fact that we are 6 years in and that's still something real prevalent, I hate that for us. So that's the one thing I wish I could have changed.
I would probably change, and I guess we kind of needed this to happen to get to this particular space, but not having to go through so many producers.
Oh, I said that.
And studios, because it was like, I wish the aesthetics could have been consistent.
Yeah.
But of course, the Hive was not here yet.
Yeah, the
We're
Hive
so glad that you're here now, though. But it was just like, I guess we had to find our footing
and development,
and not giving people so many chances. Like there have been situations where producers have made promises or fucked us over, and we was like giving just chance after chance. Okay,
out of loyalty.
Out of loyalty. And at some certain points, you just got to cut that shit off, like you do them niggas. And
even guest wise, that we have had to give guests grace because they, we gonna show up and then didn't show up.
Oh yeah.
Or how many guests didn't, or guests that were late off the premise because we was cool with
right.
Whatever.
I don't. That is another thing. And the things that saying that I'm gonna come on the show and then be like non-responsive. That's just really rude.
But also
business acumen.
I like how we've been able to stay friends because when we turn when the mics are turned off, y'all, we are literally like friends. We have sat on the pew with each other at funerals. We've watched siblings get married. We've been at the hospital with each other. Hell, last night we did prom send-off for 8th grade prom with Jeannie last night.
And then I was questioned about it. When I was decorating for my client's house, the man was like, why y'all got to go over there and do that? Because we're friends.
And we went to a graduation party in 2-3 weeks. So, yeah, we do it. But, we're real friends. So, being able to literally sustain 6 years. And have we not argued? Yes. Yes, we have.
Baby.
We've hung up on each other. We've not texted all day, but at the end of the day, we knew that we were friends, and we knew who was bigger than the program and who wasn't bigger than the program, and we kind of just followed through with it. So I love the fact that we can look at each other now.
Too, Tony, because there are so many female podcasts that break up because they can't.
Because it's ego.
Yeah, there's so many really good podcasts.
Or it's just we've learned so much about each other that in the podcast, if we never had a business together, it's so much stuff that we would have never learned about each other.
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of that comes from us growing and us just talking and them text me, baby, when we had them paragraphs. So we have those still in our group chat. We're still learning.
Tony, shut up.
We're still growing and we're still developing. And we're still learning, and like I just said, we just recently got, started our own bank account with each other. Now we learning how to, brand. We're learning how to money management. It's all different for each other. Because Tony shops like a drug dealer. She will blow it. She will blow it.
We gonna get it back.
Exactly.
No.
We get it back.
I know, but why have to go through that if you don't got to?
And Brittany's saving, and I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do someone's hair,
baby, because I
Yeah.
It's hard. I'm scared because Donald Trump is making things scary. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, girl, I was just on Amazon and the tariffs is in place, bitch. The tariffs are here, people.
But we have been around for 6 years. Mm-hmm. And each year has gotten better and better. We want to give a special shout out because even though I'm not a big fan of the number 6, in our 6th year, we have came upon and found the Hive. And this has taken our brand to a whole nother level. So we want to give a shout out to collectively the Hive, each producer that has worked with us, each transition, each new phase that we've had to change over to. We want to shout out to them for being patient with us and seeing what we need and what we don't need and changing our set. And so, y'all, we love y'all. Normally, y'all know we did Cinco de Mayo last week because it was what? Cinco de Mayo! And that's our favorite friend holiday. And so we wanted to share a happy birthday with y'all. So
right here.
Oh. So we want to share a very special birthday.
And I want us to make one wish on these candles of something that, you know.
Can we light this in here?
Yeah, we can light this in here.
Y'all okay with it? You don't even know. You don't even
just hurry up. Just hurry up and do it.
Yeah, hurry up and do it.
The smoke alarm. This ain't like a sweet.
Oh, Tony, what the fuck, sir?
Jenny, light yours on her.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Blew that candle like that. It's burning my fingers. Just take your candle out. Jennifer, take your candle out.
Yeah, because I've lit it. So, y'all.
Jennifer, Tony, you just said you wasn't going to make comment yesterday. Because now it's going to force people to look at my hands.
Just like a nigga, I lied.
And then we're bringing it back to niggas again.
See? So, y'all, we wanted to celebrate, and we wanted y'all to make a wish with us. And so, it is our birthday.
Okay,
so,
we're singing. Happy
PodAversary to us. Cha-cha-cha.
Happy PodAversary to us.
Cha-cha-cha.
Happy PodAversary to us. Happy PodAversary to us.
Alrighty. Well, and there's that. Yeah, okay, make your wish. Tony then already blew hers out.
No, I did.
I wish for niggas and money. I'm just kidding.
11, Lord, please give me a nigga with some racks.
Okay, so let's make a wish. We're not supposed to say it out loud, right? It ain't gonna come true.
Oh, I thought we were gonna say it out loud, but okay.
My biggest wish for us is that this year we see a brand deal. And just as big as we see ourselves, I hope the world see us that big. So that's my wish.
My wish is for us to become more self-sustaining, and I'm going to keep one for myself.
Okay. My wish is for us to find our footing and stay in our lane because nobody is like us, and I don't want us to change. So I'm going to keep one for myself too.
We can evolve, though, bitch. We can evolve.
Yes.
Oh. Don't take from my wish, bitch.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It wasn't.
When we get our reality show,
I
was just going to say, that was my thought in my head.
That's because we real friends.
And we want to say thank you to Jennifer for going out and getting these super cute company cakes.
Yeah. No, I thought it was cute to have summer ones because we're summer
these
girls.
are cute.
But we thank y'all so much. Shout out to our family and friends who have stuck with us through the end. Shout out to everybody that has liked, followed, subscribed, told a friend to tell another friend, told y'all family members that we are your favorite podcast because y'all are our favorite best friends. Thank you to every club that's been had us, every promoter, every rapper, everybody that's been told us to pull up. We pulled up and we helped. Shout out to Quiet Money on the South Side because the South Side is still holding and we love y'all like y'all love us. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe to all of our platforms. Remember, it is no free promo. I'm Tony B.
Well, we're not done
I know you're gonna end us.
You gonna freestyle?
Freestyle.
Well, I was gonna say, do you have any shout outs or any thank yous or anything like that?
I want to, of course, thank the Hive because I feel like they have really came in and like really tried to let us have our own set that nobody else has, and that's something that was big on my list of things that I really wanted for us. So shout out to Hive, shout out to D for coming in, girls' perspective, and helping out with that. So,
first female producer.
Yeah, first female producer, and she's a black woman. Yes,
a smart black woman.
Yes.
Shout out to D. You one of our faves.
All right, B.
Shout out to our families for just being there and being supportive and being understanding of this venture and not pretending like it's just a little thing. I mean, it had been like that at first, but now they take it seriously and they are very supportive and stuff like that. So I wanted to say that to God. Because without him,
the biggies,
none of this, like literally, there have been many nights I prayed about group chat, and even if it's just for sanity and peace, So sometimes, it's God that makes us hold everything together. So I just wanted to make sure to include our family and loved ones.
Shout out to the biggest God,
biggest
Clark.
Him. Shout out to him.
All right, and like no other way to end our PodAversary.
I'm gonna take
behind
it back.
the mic. This our second release because y'all already know our first release. Shout out to our producer EDO. Come on, hit him one time, B.
Yo, check it. Listen. Yo, it's your girl B. That's Tony T. That's Big J, and we are a family. We so lit. Can't y'all see nobody fucking with us? We in these streets. It's the Group Chat Live. Coming on the mic, setting shit off, getting shit hype. We gonna be lit. We about to do it real big. This bitch is gonna know it.
One time for motherfucking B out here live on the motherfucking track.
The freestyle.
Happy birthday to us. Make sure y'all like, follow.
We have a song out. We have a song.
Go on, bounce that ass. For your girls up. Bounce it. Up. Bounce it.
Drop it. Shake it. Be one of our favorite episodes.
Drop it. Twerk it. Pop it. Bounce it. Drop it. Twerk it. Pop it.
Okay.
Bounce it. Drop
I'm
it.
Tony B.
Pop it.
And I'm Jen Bunny.
Drop it.
And y'all
Twerk
hear
it.
who that
Pop
is.
it. I'm B.
Yeah, that's
and
B.
we are
Just B.
The Group Chat Live.
Chat Live. Period.